we talked about what is the goal for our early language arts. In this video, we're going to talk about what the goal is for our 3rd through 6th grade programs, our 7th, 8th, and high school. As a whole, for 3rd through 6th grade, we are trying to lay down a solid foundation in several basic language arts concepts, such as grammar, writing, and vocabulary, and spelling, and just word familiarity. In grammar, we're trying to have it so that they are encountering, parts of speech or types of sentences enough that they're able to recognize some of those things just from the top of their head. So it becomes something that's a working knowledge that they're just very familiar with. We also are trying to lay down for basic writing skills. Just give them a solid base in understanding what good writing is and how to prepare so they to write, longer papers in high school and prepare them to that. Now that they've got the foundation, they are ready to make, more difficult, learn more difficult writing techniques in our high school LA. So we try to form that foundation. You can see that in our language arts 5th grade with paragraph writing, that you learn all different types of how to write different paragraphs, either persuasive writing or informational. There's others you can look on our LA5 to find out more. But another thing is working with words, and that can be anything from like spelling, vocabulary, and just using those words correctly, but also using them effectively. And in our 6th grade, they've had a lot of years of vocabulary and spelling practice. But by 6th grade, they're using their spelling vocabulary words in their writing to communicate better. We want them to help understand words and how to use them, making them familiar, of course, with how to spell them, but also creating word pictures. That's the basis for our 6th grade, so that they know it's like, oh, this word communicates not only this picture, but all these other things, and using words effectively. That's a really good foundation for then getting kids to understand what metaphors and similes are in our older language arts with writing creatively. For our 7th and 8th grade, now they've gotten a solid foundation. This also goes for high school. We're hoping in those grades to have students begin to use the knowledge they already have practically. And that means now they've got the solid foundation, they can go and learn the finer skills in each of these, meaning that for grammar, they are completing more difficult assignments. And there's also an expectation that students can identify and diagram either sentences or phrases and problem solve, like what kind of phrase this are they looking at. And it helps them also then be able to diagram a paragraph and know if an author is trying to communicate something really important with how they assemble a paragraph, stuff like that, that helps them in college later on. Also, creative writing, word usage, just any writing skill. They have the basics now. Now we're looking at finer skills, learning how to use their writing to write not only just short, persuasive paragraphs, but maybe a persuasive paper, and then how to use an outline, and learning how to create outlines where their writing has a clear hook and a clear then goal. They learn in 7th grade about informational writing and personal narratives and all those sort of things. And they'll also learn that now they've got the information that if their interest lies here, it's at least good to develop some skills in creative writing. They'll learn in our high school too, I believe, creating believable characters, and they'll actually write a short piece of mystery fiction, which is a really fun opportunity, and it's a great way to develop those writing skills in a fun way. And lastly, reading comprehension for high school. We have some of that in our 3rd through 6th grade, but for the high school, it's a little bit more specific. The questions they ask for their reading are more to get kids thinking critically, like to help them imagine what the character would do next, or do they think that the character made a good decision, or just helps them to analyze what they're reading more on a like higher level. So that's just a brief introduction to what the goal is of our language arts, and I hope that helps you out. We feel that with trying to accomplish this, we always try to make it fun, and that's one thing that is unified about our language arts, is that everything was done to create this love for and fun factor. Like I mentioned briefly, just about they're writing a short piece of fiction for high school, so that's one way that they can, for an older age range, get a lot of fun. So that's just a little bit of information. And as far as just what I get asked, like what I'd like to say about our language arts, you know, what I feel either excites me or whatever, is that our language arts, because of the fun and the neat ways that they learn these different language arts concepts, is a love for reading and literature, and a ability to critically think about what they're reading is developed that is unique to WinterPromise, and it's really helpful in college. It also means that they'll be able to have a better understanding of what they're reading, and writing good papers is really helpful in the long run. But that's just something that, you know, I find that is really neat about our language arts. And plus, you know, if you can make grammar fun, with that. So, yeah.